I'm going to kind of explain my credit journey, and so hopefully it can give some inspiration, some hope for some of you guys that are out there. Bottom line is they don't teach you credit in school. Okay, I grew up in a divorce home. My dad really didn't teach me credit, even though he had great credit, and my mom had horrible credit, and I just never knew really about credit. I got a credit card and kind of just like never paid the bill and didn't really care. So I always paid things with cash. I had that like poverty mindset of just, man, I can just pay for it with cash, and I was actually stuck for years because of that philosophy. Not hating anybody, but the whole Dave Ramsey stuff. I mean, that's kind of like what I believed. No, I'm debt free. Didn't know how stupid I was because you can't really build a business that way. But that's my own opinion. But anyways, guys, I wasn't responsible with credit in my 20s. I had a car repossessed with Chase Bank. Just didn't pay my bills. Just lived it up and just was highly irresponsible with my finances because I didn't understand how important credit was, and I also didn't really care, to be completely honest with you. It wasn't until like I was 29 or 30 that I started taking my credit seriously. Okay, and I'm 35 right now. So basically, what I had done when I was 29 was I had started trying to repair my credit, trying to get some of these charge-offs off my account. Try to get my repossession taken off as well. And I hired a company called Lexington Law, okay? And they actually worked pretty well for me. I don't know how they've worked for other people, but obviously they try to drag it out a little bit. But they took a lot of things off my credit report, started turning things around to the place where I could open up a credit card from Barclays called the Apple Visa Rewards card. And I remember getting that credit card and being so happy because I didn't have to pay interest on the Apple computer, and just like 18 months of that, and being able to get a credit card finally. And I started really taking my credit journey serious. And so I started repairing things. Well, long story short, Lexington Law actually removed my Chase repossession. Okay, and so that was pretty major. And when they started doing that, then I was like, okay, cool. So now I'm gonna start getting a fresh start again, things like that. So I started taking it serious. That was like kind of like my phase one, right? My phase two was when I started adding to that. Okay, so I started using the Apple card for about a year. Didn't open up any other accounts. Was going through a tough time in my life. That card carried me through. I was very thankful for it. And then when I got a job that I was able to really take care of my credit card debt with that one card that I was like pretty much living on, I opened up the Bank of America Alaska Airlines card, which gave me a $10,000 limit. And I was like, oh, wow, now we're doing good, right? We're building up these limits. And I was responsible with that. And then I raised my credit limit on my Barclays card because I only had two cards at that time. And then so I had like $30,000 between two cards. And I was super happy, right? I was just like, man, I had never had that before. And so that summer in 2018, I actually started applying for a couple more cards to build out my profile. Started watching some of these YouTube videos from Ask Sebi. Shout out to you, bro, and Credit Shifu. You guys were like pretty instrumental in helping me repair and restore my credit. So much love to you guys. But I got the Restoration Hardware card, and I got a Best Buy card, and I was starting to build it out, right? And so I was super excited because now I had 4 cards, and I was building out the profile a little bit. Didn't really know too much. I was just experimenting, trying to figure out what worked. A lot of people say a lot of things, and I'm kind of somebody that watches a lot of videos, things like that. Anyways, started doing credit limit increases on my Restoration Hardware card. That fall of 2018, I got my first AMEX card, got the Platinum card, got the Hilton card, and then I got the Discover card, and then I opened up a Barclays Aviator card. And so I was like, boom, I took a massive go in there. And then December and January, I got some more cards. My whole strategy, okay, was a little bit more aggressive. I had the strategy that I know that I'm not going to get approved for a Chase card because of my repossession, because they're just the bullies of the block. I knew that I had no shot at the 524 with Chase. So I didn't even mess with Chase, right? I could have went into the Freedom card, things like that, but I didn't do it because I knew my relationship with Chase just wasn't a good one based on my past, and I didn't want any chance of them like resurfacing my repossession, things like that. So I didn't actually mess with Chase at all, okay? I just started building up my cards to the place where I would only get cards that would allow me to do soft pulls for credit limit increases, and every 3 to 6 months that I would ask for one, okay? I was paying my bills all on time, even early. And then also back in 2020, I started opening my first business cards. And when I started getting the business cards, that's where the game kind of changed a little bit. I got involved with Recession Proof, and I started learning a lot of different tactics for business funding, leveraging personal credit, cash flow, infinite banking, got a life insurance policy. And so I started really learning the game as far as cash flow and leveraging credit and moving money around and thinking outside the box. And it brought me a lot of freedom, actually, to the place where I actually walked away from a very successful job to do entrepreneurship. So that it was kind of like my whole journey, right? Like from horrible credit, I got Lexington Law to kind of repair that, restore that, take off the trade lines while I put a good one on, and then was responsible with that card, aged the card, got Bank of America, started adding key banks. My whole strategy was I want to add every bank that I can that has a lot of credit products to build a relationship with them. Then I want to go at the credit unions too. And then I want to have credit cards. I want to have personal lines of credit and then installment loans, things like that. I also use Self-Lender too during my time where I had the Restoration Hardware card, the Best Buy card, because I wanted to get trade lines to build out my installment loan, to build out my personal credit, but I would always be asking for increases. My whole strategy was like, go hard for 2 years with it. Obviously, my age will suck for credit, right? I didn't do the trade line business at all. I just got all the lines, and I let them age, and I used them, and I just kept adding more because my whole thing is eventually those things are all going to age 7 years from now, 5 years from now. I'm going to have a lot of cards with aged history, so when I can open up new cards when I want. So that was my thing. I may even come out with a course, guys, that's kind of like A to Z for you guys, so you don't have to watch the whole YouTube channel. But we'll see how that goes. But that is my credit journey, guys. Now I'm like over close to $300,000 in credit lines available to me, and it's a huge piece of freedom when you have that availability to you, right? I don't buy crap that I don't need. I'm only investing in myself, investing in my business. And so in today's world, I don't own a home. I rent. I'm fine renting. I'm not in real estate investing. My whole thing is there's just so much instability in the world today that I don't really want to lock myself down to one position, and I'd rather keep my cash flow and my cash fluid so that way I can start scaling online businesses, because in my opinion, that's where the future's at, in building your personal brand as well. So I've kind of taken a really different approach. Some people may hate my approach. Some people may love my approach. It worked for me. It's working for me. I'm continuing my journey. But if you're on the bottom, guys, you give yourself 2 to 3 years and you can knock it out. It's not going to happen overnight, but if you make the right moves, it'll happen. Feel free to drop in a comment what some of your questions are. And I may even start doing live streams every Friday, Financial Friday live streams, where you guys could ask me any question that you guys want. I think I'll do that once a week just to build more of a relationship with the community. But that was my whole thing. I'm aggressive. I go hard after the increases. I go after cards that don't have a hard pull acquired for a credit limit increase. And I just went hard on getting as many cards as I could and just let them age, and so I can grow the credit lines. So that's my journey. It's not for everybody. It's for somebody. And if it's for you, I hope it blesses you. But guys, go ahead and put in the comments what you'd like me to make a video on. I'll definitely take your recommendations. But shout outs to you, bro, for definitely asking me to do this. I really appreciate that. Sometimes you forget your own journey, and I know that this could probably inspire some other people. So you guys can do it. Just find a company, whether it's Lexington Law or whoever you want, to help you restore your credit, and then start building positive trade lines and going after, being diligent, and do not miss a payment. If you miss a payment, you're screwed. Don't do it. Don't miss the payment. Don't play with it. Your credit is so important. Can't stress it enough. All right, guys. Love you guys. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Take care. Peace.